9C. So Chris says the box plots show that the female students spent more money than the male students. Give a reason for your answer. So yes, the median amount spent by girls is more. So you can see that the median was 300, whereas for the boys it was less than that, I think about 250. Or you could have said yes, the lowest amount spent by the girls is higher. Question 10. Naomi invests 6,000 for 5 years. The investment gets compound interest of X% per annum. At the end of the 5 years, the investment is worth £8,029.35. Work out the value of X. So essentially we have 6,000 times by Y to the power of 5 equals the 8,000, the investment, 8,029.35. Divide by 6,000 to get Y cubed. And here we get 1.338225. So Y, so that should be 5, is going to be 5 root 1.338225, which will give us 1.05999. I'm going to leave it at that. So that means that X, write that here, so that means that X is 5.99%. So I'm just going to say 6%. So that's the value of X, is 6%. Question 11. Jeff is choosing a shrub and a rose tree for his garden. At the garden centre, 17 types of shrubs. Jeff says there are 215 different ways to choose one shrub and one rose. Could Jeff be right? So 215 divided by 17 equals 12.64705.882. So the answer is no. The number of rose trees must be a integer, a whole number. Okay, integer. Because essentially 17 times a number is going to give us 215. That's the permutation. It's the number of ways you can choose. But obviously here it gives us 12.6, so that's false. Question 12. The points A, B, C, and D lie on a straight line, and it has these ratios here. So let's draw that straight line. So we've got A, B, and then C, and it's not to scale here, D. So we've got AB and BD is 1 to 5, so there's 6 parts here. And then ACCD is 7 to 11, so there's 18 parts here. Okay, so it means that between these two multiplied by 3, so to have an equivalence, we say from A to C and then C to D. So let's just write this out. So that's 7, and then here is 11, and then we have A to B is going to be, so A to B, and then B to D is going to be 3, and this one's going to be 15. So we know that this is going to be 3. Sorry, beg your pardon. So this is going to, just to reiterate, so draw a different color. So AB is going to be 3. Got that there. And then we know that BC is going to be 4, because 3 and 4 gives us 7, and we know that AC is 7 from here. And then it asks us for CD. Well, that means that CD is going to be 11, because we know CD is 11. So 3, 4, and 11. So question 13 says, write down the 3 inequalities that define the shaded region. So let's say first and foremost y. So if we look at this here, so let's look at the y. So y is going to be greater than or equal to -2. So we can see the shade region doesn't go beyond that. So y is equal to or greater than -2. And then we can see that for this follows the y equals x line here. So we can say y is going to be greater than or equal to x, because that's the shaded region. And then finally we can work out a inequality, the line graph here. So the equation of that line is going to be crosses the y, and we can work out its gradient. So it goes 2 across and 1 up, so the gradient is half. So y, so the c-intercept is 1, and the gradient is half. So that means the equation of that line is half x plus 1, and we can see that it's going to be, y is going to be less than or greater, sorry, less than or equal to. So we have y is greater than -2, y is greater than or equal to x, and y is less than or equal to 0.5x plus 1. That will give us the shaded region. Simplify question 14. So we can find this by factorizing. So a equals 2, b equals -5, c equals -12. So -24, so product that gives us two numbers, product of which is -24, and the sum of which is 5. So this is going to be, if I think about it, let's say 12 or 24. So we've got 1, 24, 2 and 12, then 3 and 8. That looks familiar. So we can say 3 and -8. So we have 2x squared, and then I'm going to have -8x plus 3x minus 12. So we'll just continue that up here. So we're going to have 2x, then we have x minus 4, and then x minus 4, and then we'll have 3 here. So 2x plus 3, x minus 4. Now this is the difference of two squares. So this can be rewritten as x minus 4 plus, multiplied by x plus 4. So we can write all of this out more neatly. So x minus 4 in the brackets, x plus 4 in the brackets, 2x plus 3 as the denominator, x minus 4. So this cancels with that. So we get x plus 4 as a numerator over 2x plus 3 as our denominator. So it says make v the subject of this formula. So it just requires some rearranging. So first thing is, let's write it out. Oh, different color. So w equals 15t minus 2v over v. So first let's multiply by v. So we get wv equals 15t minus 2v. And then let's expand. So we get 15t minus 30v equals wv. So collect like terms. So we've got wv minus 30v equals 15t, because remember that becomes a negative 30v. So then factorize. So we get v outside w minus 30 equals 15t. And then here we divide by w minus 30. So we get v equals 15t w minus 30. So that means v equals 15t. It doesn't matter, 30 plus w is the same thing because commutative, you can write them either way, and that should be a plus. Sorry, I just noted been writing negative. That should be a positive. Yep. Question 15. So essentially the area of the triangle is ABC. Of the triangle ABC is 6 square root 2. Calculate x. Give your answer to correct 3 significant figures. So just because this is a little bit of working out, I'm gonna write it on a different platform. So we had our triangle C, it's 3 meters, and then we had 2x minus 1 meters. I'm just gonna put m, and then we had this as 45 degrees, and we knew that our area was 6 square root 2. So we want to find x. So the area we know is half a b sine c equals 6 square root 2. So that's the formula for a non-right angle triangle. Formula for non-right angle triangle. So we put half x plus 3. So we're gonna call this, just gonna label it differently, a, call this b. Okay. And then this one here, 2x minus 1, and then we say sine 45 equals 6 square root 2, and then this here, sine 45 is just square root 2 over 2. So we have half, and then we can multiply this here, multiplied by x plus 3 multiplied by 2x minus 1, 6 square root 2. This cancels with that. We get 4 here, so x plus 3 2x minus 1 equals 6 times by 4. We just multiply by 4. So we have 24 on the left hand side, so on the right hand side. So it's the right hand side, this is the left hand side. So just multiply out. So we have expanding out 2x squared minus x plus 6x minus 3 equals 24. And then let's bring it up here. And then we just simplify, so 2x squared plus 5x minus 27 equals 0. So a equals 2, b equals 5, c equals minus 27. Now we use quad formula to figure out x, to solve for x. So we have x equals minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we get x equals minus 5 plus minus 25 minus 4 2 minus 27 over 4. And then if we put this all into a calculator, then this will give us x equals 2.63 or x equals minus 5.13. Now obviously we can't have x, if we look at our original question, we can't have x being a negative number because it will give us a negative value here, a negative value here, and obviously because we're talking about physical space, so that means it's impossible for the space to be negative. So therefore x equals 2.63. So x equals 2.63, which is in line with 3 significant figures. Question 16. Using x subscript n plus 1 equals minus 2 minus 4 over x to the power of 2n. So starting off with the first number in the sequence, so minus 2.5, find the values of x1, x2 and x3. So let's say x1 equals minus 2 minus 4, and then we're going to use this minus 2.5 squared. Using a calculator we get minus 2.64. So x2, so it's just a case of just putting the numbers, subbing the numbers in and using the formula appropriately. Minus 2.64 squared, get again minus 2.57392108. Again, it's just using a calculator. And then x3, so again minus 2 minus 4, and then we're going to put in the answer. So I'm just going to call this x here, so x squared, which is going to give us minus 2.6037672255. Okay, so these are the values for 16, and you can just put them in here. So this will explain the relationship between the values of x1, x2 and x3 and the equation x to the power of 3 plus 2x squared plus 4 equals 0. So they are estimates of a solution to this equation here, with x equals minus 2 minus 4 over x2 is a rearrangement of x to the cube plus 2x squared plus 4 equals 0. You can see it's just a rearrangement, so it's an estimate of that.